I'm just going to do a brief introduction to Dalu. Dalu is after you've done fixed step push hands for many years, and then you start doing moving step push hands with still roll back and push, repeated going forward and back, a couple of steps. So you want to really just focus on the fixed step push hands, and that's to get the waist to move, your body to relax, and get a bit more integrated in the structure of sound. And also, you know, to help you understand the principles a little bit more. And not to resist, you know. But once you kind of mastered that to some degree, which may take more than a few years, especially for me, but you start doing Dalu. And Dalu means just big rollback. Da is big, Lu is rollback. So you want to, in Dalu, you're basically stepping in a circle. There's many different forms of Dalu out there. This is the one I do, and it's not maybe like the one you're doing, but it's one of them. So, and I learned it from Mr. Robert Smith, but I've added some things that I've learned over the years to it to make it a little bit different, but all the same time very much the same. And it's based on the 8 postures. So, we're looking at the 4 intermediate postures instead of the 4 cardinal directions, which is ward off, roll back, press, and push. Intermediate directions are the shoulder, or cow, elbow, split, and sai, or needle at C-bottom, they call in the form. And we have 2 splits. There's one split that looks like this, and another split that looks like this. So you should know that there's 2 splits. Either one will work here, but for the most part we do the one that's back. And it's single weighted on the back leg. And it's not roll back, it is split. And it's a little different. You're splitting your attack in a different way than roll back does. So I think that's pretty good. We'll get started. So the first thing is cross hands. Yeah. We're just going to go really slow. So notice the position of the elbows and the wrists. Okay, so this is where you start. Basically, this is you know, how a lot of people start push hand practice actually, but not with the feet together, but in a 70-30 posture. And you can press on the elbow, and that should make the wrist go forward. See that? And then I push on the wrist, and his elbow should go forward. So this happens with both hands simultaneously, and then you add circles. And so you have a whole little listening format here, just in this crossed hands position. Notice our hands are making a crossed wrist, and our fingers are pointing to the eyes. Okay? So let's say, for example, I overextend with this right hand and I aim for his eyes. So what he's going to do is dig his left heel and push it out behind him to get away from my fingers as I advance. So he's just done needle at C-bottom, or sai, and I've done kind of a chop. That's the best way to explain it, but it's just an extension of cross hands. Then he's going to bring his right foot back because he sees my right shoulder coming in with my right foot. As I extend my shoulder into him, he shifts back, and he starts to do split on his back-weighted right leg. And then, so split is, he's taking this and pushing my shoulder basically that way. Now, if he does split incorrectly, that is, if he does it too high, I'll dive under and I'll get my elbow. So that split, if it's incorrect, creates the elbow. If he does it too low, his split, it creates my shoulder. So either one's incorrect, so you're looking for that place right on the deltoid where it meets the tricep. And there's a little groove in there, basically. You'll find it. And then when he pushes on that, up, that neutralizes my shoulder and my elbow. So what I have to do is keep my pung in my right arm. Because when you do shoulder, don't straighten this right arm. Keep it nice and round. And I don't want to lose pung at any given moment, so what I'm going to do is just lift my right arm. That brings his right arm pung up into my face, and our feet come together back into cross hands. then we just reverse the process. So he's going to continue this fingers right to my eyes, and I'm going to put my heel out, and I do my Nido at Zibat. My weight's back on my left, no weight on my right foot. Now, you don't want to pull too much with this, because that'll bring in his shoulder, right? And he doesn't want to straighten his arm because I'll break it. He's got to keep a little roundness in the arm. As I pull, or just continue his movement, he steps in with his foot, and that brings my foot back. Now the angle of the feet is very important. So I could just talk about that for an hour, but I don't have the time, sorry. So you just have to look carefully at the video. And again, there's my split. All right. Rollback would be here, because I'm rolling his back. Split is right on the arm, and you're splitting the arm this way. If you look at pictures of Yang Shifu, it's very clear. And again, he feels the extension of his palm, and he wants to bring it back. So he drops his elbow and lifts his wrist, and then he steps back, and we're back into crossed hands. I've tried to hit him in the face. It didn't work because his crossed hands was there. His pong was good. So I go for his eyes, and he does it again. And then we just continue this scenario until one of us gets either shoulder, elbow, split, or side to work. And that's pretty much how it goes. So you're learning about the timing of the feet. When he moves his feet, I move my feet. He doesn't move, I don't move. And you're also learning how to keep pump. And then at the same time, you're learning about the elbows. You don't see too much in the moving step, fixed step push hands. But in this one we have elbow. For example, if he screws up with his hand, there's my first elbow. Right? I already showed this elbow here. If he screws up with this hand, I get that. Right? And then he can come up and use his elbow here. So it's really showing you how to use your elbows. Also, he has a nice elbow here when he steps up with his chop. Yeah, you can do an elbow there as he's dropping. And then he steps in. I have a nice elbow here too with my split before I go into split. So there's lots of little hidden agendas going on. Okay, let's go.